Hi everybody, welcome back. It's March 10th, 2023, and we're back on the moon again today using the Worldwide Telescope. This is an incredible tool that I don't see other researchers using, unfortunately. It's kind of become my mission and Ben Pellom's mission to get these people to start using this so we can get the word out. There's a lot more going on the moon than anybody ever dreamed of. And if you've been watching any of my previous videos, you know what I'm talking about. Much of what I'm talking about is in particular on the poles, on the North and the South Pole. And this time we're on the South Pole and in the dark craters. And all of the other areas, all the areas surrounding the dark craters are obfuscated so much that it's really difficult to get through and to see what's in those areas. Now, these craters, these dark craters that we see on the North and the South Pole, most of them, in fact, are almost exactly the same. They're all basically the same with a few variances. But this area here is something that's completely different than what we've seen before in that the way it's laid out. Now we can divide this crater up between left and right. On the left side we have one type of construction, and on the right side, where it's a little bit darker, it's a different type of construction. So we're just going to go from left to right and take a closer look at what's here. And I just stayed in one certain area of the crater. I could have gone around to other areas, but at the end of the day, it's all the same in one crater. So I don't need to look around. What we see here is a good representative of everything else inside this crater. Now, at first glance, at some of these areas on the left-hand side where the long dark or the long broad lines are, it made me think, pixels, but it's not pixels at all. It's one of the differences between this and what we've seen before. It looks like there are some larger structures involved here than other places. So when we zoom in on it, instead of seeing a building made up of a whole bunch of little buildings, we're actually able to see individual buildings here. And if you look at this striped area on the left-hand side where there are all these rows of white buildings, it looks like they're all connected. There's some sort of a connection. It's either a connection, like we'll just say like a bridge, or it could be that there's dark structures in the middle that sort of bridge the gap between the white lines. But they're definitely all connected. And these other thing is everything is since everything is larger in these pictures, you can easily see the shadows beside the building and the bright sides as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty clear. There are, however, still a lot of very small buildings mixed in with the larger ones. And so time is, it's going to take some time to get more resolution on these kinds of pictures. I don't know why it seems to go in stages for me. I'll start by looking out a ways and then, zoom in more and more. And figure out ways to get closer and closer. I guess it's just a big learning curve, and so someday, maybe not too long from now, we'll be able to get this even more clearly. At least that's the hope anyway. I keep trying, right? That's all you can do, is just keep trying and trying. I wish I had a little more time, but I don't want anyone to forget, and I think of this all the time. Sometimes you look at these strange patterns and it's wow, but don't forget that's people living there, man. This is our moon with a gigantic, enormous civilization living up there, and we don't know anything about it. That's just so well, unbelievable. Now, for the time being, if you were so interested, you could go to the Worldwide Telescope and go find this yourself. Okay? I'll have the link in the description below, but you know, I guess people aren't doing it. I don't understand it, really. The same way I never understood why other researchers were never using the gigapans. However, those are, I think they're all messed up now, so that's unfortunate. But for years and years, those were available. Nobody was looking at them. And they are the most telling pictures of anywhere, of any pictures that we have, satellite or otherwise. So now this construction here in these areas is really strange. It's like the buildings are made up of segments, and each segment has its own corresponding dot, whether it's a white or black one. I don't know. I can't tell at all what that's about. Again, it's going to take a little more time, get a little more resolution, and that's it. Time and resolution. That's what it comes down to. And unfortunately, it's in that order. If I don't have the time, I can't work on the resolution. That's why I keep hoping that somebody with a computer who knows a lot more than I do will be able to get these pictures and make them really clear for us to see. That would be fantastic. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.